What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. Just got to the store, turned all the stuff on. I'm officially open. It's 11:06. I had one phone call so far. Guy asked if we were open today. So I need to post on Facebook and let people know that we are open. We've posted like holiday hours on the front door, which goes up through today, that says we're open and everything. But of course, not everyone comes and reads that. So I got to make a public post about it, make sure people know we're going to be open. And yeah, hopefully it turns into a pretty good day. I gotta also edit yesterday's vlog, of course, so I'm gonna try and get a jump on that right now while we're still empty. Alright guys, we just got done with a little bit of a rush there. It's now 12:45. Probably just had like 7 or 8 people in like the last half an hour. One trade-in from that. We got Blaze Blue Calamity Trigger for the 360. I already got it priced out. It's only a $5 game. He originally wanted cash, and for like a $5 game, we can't really pay more than like $1. But then he was like, oh, I want to get we had like a Switch Joy-Con dock charging cradle thing, which was marked at 10, and he wanted to get that. And so he's like, well, I guess we'll do trade then, because they weren't going to buy anything originally. So I was able to give him an extra $1 since he was, doing trade on everything. And I think I only paid like $5 for that little dock thing, so it all works out. Not an expensive game, of course, but it is a type of game that will actually sell more than like our 20 copies of Gears of War 2, so pretty cool. Made some decent sales, nothing super crazy. A couple that was just left, they were here, they drove down from Olympia, which is like 2 hours away or so, and they were super cool. They were into metal. The lady had like a Twisted Sister back patch and a Slayer patch on there, and the one guy was like, oh, I like your Warbringer jacket, so that was pretty cool. They picked up a few like random things, like a Doom 64 strategy guide, one of the Zelda wristband things, SimCity for Super Nintendo manual, Rush Extreme Racing for N64, Mega Man X for Super Nintendo, just some random stuff, but pretty cool. So I think that, well, Josh texted me and asked if he could just come hang out for a bit. He's got nothing to do. I told him yes, but I haven't heard back from him since then, and that was like an hour ago, so I don't know if he's coming in or not. Oops. I finally got some tissues with like the lotion in them because I need them real bad. I was using the toilet paper from here yesterday to like blow my nose, and when you use like rough paper on your nose over and over, it just gets really raw and it hurts. That was happening yesterday real bad, so I got these really nice tissues here. But that's it so far today. It's been a good day so far. Not super busy. We did have that little rush, but that's about it. So I'm just going to get back to work here and just get some stuff done. Got another trade here. We have a Wii remote, a pretty gross-looking Super Nintendo. It's got one little crack in the corner here. Just the Super Nintendo, no cables or controllers. And then Kokoto Fishing Master. Just cheap filler title that we don't have. The guy called and he asked about the Super Nintendo, and I told him, like, depending on condition, somewhere between like 10 and 20. And then when he got here, there were no cables. He told me that the controllers were like, they were like yellowed and gross. I didn't want those. So I was expecting the Super Nintendo to have the cables. That's why I said 10 to 20. When he got here, he didn't have cables for it. Plus, it's all yellowed and gross looking. So I was actually going to pass on everything. He had some more stuff too, like Guitar Hero 2 for 360 and like a third-party wireless GameCube controller without the receiver. I was going to pass on everything, but he took the bus here and like rode his bike, so I felt bad. So I gave him $10 for this stuff here. So we are doing some rearranging, guys. This white rack is not going to be here anymore. As you can see, there's not much room to walk through here with that. But we're moving some stuff around because we're getting 2 new racks. And they're going to be similar to this, but not the same. They're going to go right here. We're going to take this glass case out. We swapped the plush and toy rack to make more room. This is going to be turned to the side, and then in between the plush rack and those racks, we're going to have 2 new double-sided shelves that are going to hold games. They are spaced for games, and they're They're 55 inches tall, which comes to about here. And it's going to go all the way out to about here. And then this plush rack will be like a little end cap thing. And the plan is to take all the Super Nintendo games that are in this cabinet. We're going to put them right here and put the doors back on. So Super Nintendo will be on this side. The NES is going to remain on this side, but the Super Nintendo at the bottom will go to the other side. Those will both be locked. And then the double-sided shelves that we have here are going to have all of the stuff that's currently here. PSP, DS, 3DS, Vita, Dreamcast, all that. And then, depending on how much room we have, hopefully the rest of the stuff in here as well. This whole row. And then we're going to take the Xbox 360, which is right here. We're going to move that over to the last one so that we're going to have one entire section of Wii, one entire section of PS3, one entire section of PS2, one entire section of Xbox, and then one entire section of 360. Now we might move them around a bit because I'd rather have like the Wii, the PS3, and the 360 closest to the window over here. So not really sure what we're going to do yet. I also don't really like the idea of the GameCube, the PS1, and the PS4, Xbox One, and Wii U being like out here. So not really sure exactly where stuff's going to go, but that's just the main idea that we have so far. Things are probably going to change, but I'm supposed to be going to look at these new racks here in about half an hour. And so hopefully we'll be getting the two of them and, you know, put them here and just give us some more room. We have a lot of back stock of these systems here, so it'll be really nice to get all that stuff put back out. Josh is here hanging out. But yeah, this is the back stock here. So, you know, if we can get the rest of these PS3 and 360 games, a lot of this back stock is like glass case type stuff, but we do have more PS2 and everything, so hopefully we can get those racks and get a lot of this stuff put back out. Check it out, guys. Got some new shelving. I didn't want to film at the guy's store. He's competition. But he was nice enough to help out. He actually helped us like assemble it too, because these holes, some of them had to be drilled, and then the screws have to go in here, of course. So they're very nice to help us get it together, and he helped me drive it over here. So these are the shelves. This is what one little section of it looks like. Where's can I see that PS2 game again? Or no, I'll just use this. DVD, same size as a PS2 thing. This is how they had them, and it works great. But if you turn it on the side, you can't get it out because the top hits. So there's 7 shelves. What we're gonna do, this right here is gonna be like this. We're gonna use it for Dreamcast, PS1, DS, 3DS, all that kind of stuff. They're gonna fit great. On the other ones, we're going to drop it down to maybe 6 shelves.
Yeah, 6 would give us enough room.
Yeah, so we might not even be able to fit 6. It might have to be 5. I'm not sure, but this is going to be awesome. It's going to go right up against those. And yeah, we're just going to continue working on it. Josh has to go pretty soon, though. But I'll get this all finished up and then show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. Rearranging the game store is not at all what I expected to be doing today. And it wouldn't have happened unless Josh had asked if he could just come hang out. You know, I had been looking at these shelves on Craigslist for a couple days, but it was just kind of like, oh, it'd be cool if we got these eventually, you know, maybe like in a couple weeks or something. But then Josh came in and I was like, you know what, I'm going to call the guy and just, you know, I was just calling to see if he was flexible on the price at all, because he has like 50 of them. He wasn't, unless I was going to buy a bunch, but I only ended up buying 2, of course. But he was nice enough to put them together, you know, which was super awesome. But not at all what I expected today. So I would say I'm about halfway done putting the new games on them. It's getting kind of late. It's been pretty slow today. We've done pretty decent in sales for a Tuesday. We've hit the goal, which is good. So I'm going to show you guys the progress that I've made so far, and hopefully get this thing finished by tonight. But putting stuff on this is also causing me to move other things around in the store because, of course, I'm taking things off of the other shelf to put on the new shelf, so now I have a gap on the other shelf. so I got to put some more stuff there. Let's take a look. So as you can see, I have cleaned out this entire side of all the games that were here, and this glass case is still in the way, of course. It's going to go eventually, but check it out. Super Nintendo is going here, and the doors are going to go back on, so that'll be locked up just like the other side. But right here, we have PS1 at the bottom, small Wii U section there, then GameCube up top. I really would like the GameCube to stay here. We just don't have enough to justify, you know, giving this entire thing to GameCube when it only takes up 2.5 shelves. So unfortunately, it's going to be out here for now. You know, if it gets really, if the collection of GameCube stuff gets really big, then that'll probably change. And then over here, I put the Xbox One and PS4 stuff, and I put it out this way because why not? I mean, we have the room, and most people don't even know that we have PS4 because it was just in here, and it was such a small section, or Xbox One. So having them out here like this makes it much more visible, and hopefully we'll start selling some more. We don't really sell much of it. Of course, we don't have much, but hopefully this helps, and until we need this room for something else, I think I want to leave it like this because I think it looks pretty good. It's kind of emulating GameStop style or whatever, but I think it looks fine. And then we have this little shelf here, which you see right when you come in. We had to move the plush rack. Unfortunately, it just doesn't fit, so we put the plushes back underneath there, toys on top. And then here is the other side. This one I have not put anything on yet, but this one here, we have the 3DS Vita, which I just moved that to try something, but Vita, DS, Dreamcast right there, and then PSP, and then the PSP movies right there. So we have some extra room to expand. We have this entire thing here, which I think I'm going to move this Sega stuff over there because we're supposed to have a bunch of movies in here, but there's no room. And by movies, I mean DVDs. We have our VHS section over here, of course, but these are all of our DVDs right now. And this entire little spot right here is going to be DVDs and Blu-rays, but I have purposefully not bought any or put any in here because we don't have the room, aside from that little section, of course. So I'm going to move all the Sega stuff over, I think, onto that first rack there, maybe some stuff down here, and then make room here for DVDs. So that's where I'm at so far, guys, and I also took down some of the Christmas stuff. I got to take down the tree and the rest of the garland, which is in that window. But that's where I'm at so far, and I will, of course, update you before I leave tonight with where I'm at and what it looks like. Got another trade-in to show you guys. This is the Halo Reach Legendary Edition. Comes with the game, this little, I don't even know, there's like a journal thing in there, and then the statue. All the weapons and everything. It's pretty cool. So that was just part of the trade. Let's get that back together. And then we have these here. So we have Rampage World Tour, Resident Evil 3, Critical Depth, Final Fantasy VII Black Label, Resident Evil 2, Star Wars Dark Forces, The Unholy War, Wild 9, Pokemon Soul Silver in the big box. It has the Pokewalker, but no Pokewalker cardboard insert. And then Star Wars Starfighter for PS2. So pretty cool trade. Lots of good PS1 stuff, and that thing's pretty cool. It is a 360 game, so I'm not like super excited about it, but the statue's really cool, and I think that it'll sell pretty quick. I am about to leave for the night, guys, but I wanted to give you a little update. So I did get the 360 games moved over here, and I got partially finished with bringing out the rest of the back stock. The top 2.5 shelves there includes the back stock. The rest of it does not. But that's where it is right now. There is more back stock, of course. I will get to that on Thursday. There's not too much. You can see just the 2 shelves there. But, whoa! Almost just dropped my phone. But that is that. And then, of course, that creates a lot of room for PS3 over here, so the back stock of PS3 will come out here as well. This glass case I'll be posting for free on Craigslist. I think I paid like $100 for it originally, but it's kind of beat up, you know. I never really liked it that much. It was just, we needed something, so I just got whatever I could. There's like a bunch of tape on it and everything, so hopefully I will get this one posted on Craigslist on Thursday for free, and hopefully someone will come pick it up really, really soon. Otherwise, we're going to have to take this home and put it back in the garage or shop. So, this is the Super Nintendo cabinet now, and unfortunately, and I didn't even think about this, I didn't remember, the doors that I was going to be putting on here are really badly scratched. Some parts of it, it's so scratched that you can't read the games through it, because originally we had one of those doors on this side, and we ended up switching it out because it was just too scratched and you couldn't read the games. So, unfortunately, I do not have doors for this side. Now, the games that are on here are $12.99 or under, and I don't necessarily think it's too much of a bad thing to have people just being able to grab them, but I would prefer to have the doors on there just because, but I'll have to deal with it as is for right now. If I can get new doors, of course, I will. I talked to the guy that I got these cabinets from and told him if he gets more, I need 2 doors really, really bad. Or I could get custom plexiglass cut to fit, although it would be pretty expensive, and I really don't think it'd be worth it, so we'll see. And then this is the shelf. This side does not look too different from the last time I showed you. I did kind of like put a few games in like this. One of them I did was right here was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but then someone came in and bought it. So I think putting them like this helps because he only picked out 2 games and that just happened to be one of them. So I think putting a few games facing forward like that kind of helps to draw attention to them, helps them to sell better. And then PS1 games down here. The only other thing that's different on this side is the Nintendo Powers I have down on the bottom shelf here. They were on the bottom of that glass case, but since that is going, I had to find somewhere to put them, so they are right there for now. That's probably not going to be a final spot. Of course, we're going to get more Xbox and PS4 games, which will take over this shelf. Eventually, we'll have to turn them on their sides and show the spines like that, but Nintendo Powers are there for now. Now, going around to the other side, this is going to look much different from the last clip. So, this doesn't until you get down to the bottom. These are the boxed Super Nintendo and 1 NES game that are just cheaper, and I ran out of room to put them up there. There's a few empty spots now. I could move some back, but these are generally like $10 or under, so they can probably just stay out here, that's fine. And then the last shelf here got all this Sega stuff on it. So we have the Master System games up top. Doubles are double stacked. We have the 1 Sega CD game that's left, at least of the cheaper stuff. Then we have all of the Sega Saturn stuff, and this is just the cheaper stuff, of course. The better stuff is like in the cabinet here. So Sega Saturn, then 3 3DO games there. Then we have all the boxed Genesis games. These are, of course, still just the cheaper ones. And these are finally alphabetized. And then just some cheaper loose carts at the bottom. The Genesis games and everything used to be right here, which we now have some extra room. Eventually, all the figures right here are going to go away, and this entire little section here is going to be DVDs. These are like the better Genesis games in the glass case there. So that is what it's looking like right now, guys. Obviously, this little toy thing we moved over here, got the plushes on the bottom. I'm going to make some new signs. These were just like temporary, like threw these together in 2 minutes in my little program to print the labels. So those are going to change. I need to get something more permanent, something more sturdy. And I'd eventually like to get rid of this cardboard as well and maybe just get some like plexiglass or something. But that's where it's at. The manuals were also where the Nintendo Powers were on the bottom of that glass case, and now I don't really know where to put them. I was thinking about putting them on the bottom right in there, and if people want to see them, then I just can, pull them out like normal. Some of these are kind of small, so Not that they're expensive, but somebody could easily slip this into their pocket or something. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but that's where the store is now. And I'm going to head home for the evening. I'm going to stop and grab some food on the way home and then go see Abby. We're going to hang out for a bit, you know. Tomorrow we have the day off, so I know we're having dinner with her parents, like a New Year's celebration type thing. We couldn't do it today or yesterday, of course, because we, you know, had to be at the store. But we're going to be doing that, and then I think we're also going to go grocery shopping. I know Abby, she stayed home today, and I know she was like cleaning up the house and doing laundry and all that kind of stuff. We need to clean out the fridge and then do like a new round of grocery shopping. We are both going to try to eat much, much healthier starting now, basically. Abby is going to be doing keto as much as she can. I simply cannot, but I am going to do my best to try and eat healthier. We're gonna, you know, I eat out a lot because I'm here all day, every day. Abby doesn't as much, but we still eat out too much. It's expensive, you know. I try to eat like Chipotle instead of like, you know, I don't get like McDonald's every day or anything, of course. I had a Stromboli yesterday, but that's the first one I've had in like, you know, a few weeks or something, so I usually just have Chipotle. I try to, you know, it's much healthier than a lot of the other options, but it's expensive, you know what I mean? So we're going to be getting a fridge back here hopefully very soon. I don't know why we've put it off so long, but we need to do that so that we can be, you know, bringing food from home and everything, and just trying to eat healthier. So we might be going grocery shopping tomorrow as well, and then, of course, we'll film and everything, and hopefully by filming that kind of stuff, it pushes us to be a little more strict with it, and you know, it's kind of, you know, we don't want you guys to think that we're like eating all this junk food all the time, which, you know, we're not, but we could be eating healthier, like I said. So if we film it, that kind of like gives us a little more incentive to try harder because we know people are watching. So we'll do that, and hopefully I'm not sick for much longer. I feel fine. It's just, you know, I'm congested, got a runny nose, all that kind of stuff, headache every now and then, but I think I'm getting over it. Today I had like, you know, I had to blow my nose the least amount of times, basically. Too much info. Anyway, I'm going to get going, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please smack the like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.